it's Emma Nørgaard. So today I'm doing this makeup look. This is another fall makeup tutorial. Today I was inspired by chocolatey brown colors. So I did a reddish brown lip and a really chocolatey smoky eye. So yeah, I don't have much else to say, I don't think. So don't forget to thumbs up the video if you enjoyed the look and watch in high definition. And without further ado, here comes the tutorial. Okay, so there's something I need to address before we start this video. So do you guys see this big old bald spot in the middle of my left lash line? So right in here in the middle I have no eyelashes. So it's kind of embarrassing, but let me tell you what happened. So I was watching a movie with my family. We watch a movie every single Thursday night. And this time we were watching Zodiac, which is a Hollywood movie about the Zodiac killer. And I noticed that my eyelashes, like some part over here, was kind of sore. And normally when I notice that, I will sit and like fiddle with my eyelashes, which is a bad habit. And then we were watching that movie and it was kind of freaking me out. And I went kind of like unconsciously like plucking at my eyelashes, which I do sometimes. And as you can see, I went crazy and now I have this huge bald spot in the middle of my lash line. And then when I became aware that I had like plucked out a bunch of my lashes, I was like, well, if I have to pluck out my lashes, I at least have to get the lash that hurt. So then I continued to fucking pluck out my lashes and it didn't help. My lash line still hurt, it was still sore, and I was so upset I almost burst into tears because I just thought it was so fucked up. I could not believe I had done that. I'm still really embarrassed by it, but I had to collect myself and remind myself that it's just lashes, they will grow back, and I have learned never to do that again. But yeah, that's why I have a big bald spot in the middle of my left lash line. So anyways, I'm going to pop in my eye drops and we can get going on the makeup, but I just wanted to mention that. So I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Smoothing Primer. And I'm just going to apply that around the brows. I'm going to prime the rest of my face when I move on to my face makeup. So for my eyebrows, I'm going to use Primark eyebrow pencils in dark and light. My skin is also not in the best condition. It's not horrible at all, but I have been a little bit stressed and that is reflected in my skin. This is very pigmented, but it's also kind of clumpy. So I would definitely recommend brushing out your eyebrows if you're using this product. I find that it doesn't really matter much what I do to my brows because the bangs cover them up anyway. But I just like, I don't know, I like to do my brows. Whoops. So now I'm using the lighter color in the inner part of my brows. And it's looking kind of messy, but don't worry, it will look fine once we have cleaned up the brows. And remember to keep brushing it out. So I'm going to clean up my brows with the Hide the Blemish concealer in Ivory by Rimmel. And I'm going to use the same concealer to clean up on top. And I go ahead and blend that out with my mini sponge. So that looks pretty good to me. For a primer, I'm going to use Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. And I'm just applying this on the eyelids. I don't really need it on the brow bone since I do have concealer there. And guess what? We are going to use tape again today because I really liked how it turned out last time. So why not do it again? And this tape that I'm using is very weak. It's not very sticky, so I actually just apply it straight from the dispenser. I don't apply it to the back of my hand first. But if you're using like regular tape you would use for taping things together, then I would definitely apply it to the back of my hand first because it can be really sticky and it can hurt to take off. So to begin, I'm going to take the How to Make Matte Eyes Makeup Box by Essence. And I'm going to take this color called Chai Latte. This is going to be my transitioning color. And I'm applying it with a little blending brush from my Master Palette by Mario. And since I don't have any face makeup on yet, I am a little less careful with how much product I pick up, because any fallout is just going to get wiped away before my foundation. Normally I would build up the colors much more slowly. And then the other eye. And I start in the outer corner. So for my highlight, I'm going to use this matte color that is really close to my skin tone. It's by Wet n Wild and it's called Creme Brulee. So I'm going to highlight my brow bone with this. So now I'm going to take a bit of the color next to it, and it's called Hello Hazel. So I'm just adding a bit of that on top. Not too much, just a little tad bit. Now I'm taking the Catrice Chocolate Nudes eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to take this gorgeous matte chocolatey brown color, and this is going all over the eyelid. So I'm also going to blend this up into the crease with my MAC blending brush. So now I'm going to take my Master Palette by Mario, and I'm going to take the color right here. It's either called Violetta or Violetta, but any dark warm toned chocolatey brown will do. And I'm going to apply this in the outer corner with my MAC brush. And this actually shows up darker than you might expect, so that's why I'm using it in the outer corner. Finally, I'm going to take the color Panther by Wet n Wild, and this is just a matte black, and any matte black will do. And I'm going to apply this again in the outer corner. And these single eyeshadows by Wet n Wild are fabulous. So pigmented and creamy and easy to blend. So I go ahead and blend it out with my MAC brush. So now I'm just going to touch up my eyelid with the chocolate brown eyeshadow. So now I'm going to do eyeliner with my e.l.f. Intense Ink eyeliner pencil. And I'm going to do a little cat eye with this eyeliner.
We roll up to the spot and they know it's enough to go down. Start a party with.
So now I'm ready to take off the tape. Okay, so I cleaned up the sides of my eyeshadow, and now I'm going to do some primer. I'm going to use my Makeup Forever Redness Correcting Primer on my redness, which will be around the nose, on the cheeks, on the chin. Then I go back in with my smoothing primer, and I apply this on the sides of my nose, right here on the cheeks, up underneath the eyes, on the chin. And finally I'm going to use a bit of the mattifying primer, and I'm going to apply that on the forehead. So for foundation, I'm going to mix Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless and Maybelline Fit Me Luminous and Smooth. So this is in the color 110 and this is in the color 115. So I got inspiration from Amy Macedo to mix these two foundations. I saw she did that in one of her videos, and I thought I would try it out since I do own both of them. So I'm blending this out with a foundation brush that I got from eBay. Super cheap. It came with 10 brushes and it was so affordable. And I actually love how these two combined, like the color of these two combined. The Matte and Poreless in 110 is very yellow, and the Luminous and Smooth in 115 is very like peachy pink. And my undertone is neutral to slightly more yellow. So now I go in with a little bit more. You guys know I like full coverage, so I just stipple on a little bit more on almost my entire face. I don't go on the forehead, of course. And as always, I take it down my neck. So now I'm highlighting my face with my concealer, and I take the concealer right up to the edge of my eyeshadow and eyeliner, and then I go ahead and blend that out. to use my one true love, which is the Laura Mercier loose powder. You guys know the drill by now. And of course, I need this all over my face. Seriously, if you have never tried this powder, and if you don't normally spend that much on makeup, I would say that this powder is the one thing that I would definitely recommend 100%. In my opinion, there's nothing quite like it. So basically, if you haven't tried it, I would highly go out and try it, because you are missing out. To bronze up my face and contour, I'm going to use my Essence Get Picture Ready contouring palette. But first, I'm going to apply some baby lips. This one is Hydrates. So I'm going to go in with the more orangey bronzing color in the trio. And I'm going to bronze up my cheekbones. I kind of make a pouty face to kind of get the lines to where my cheekbones are. I'm also going to take a little bit of this along the jawline, sculpt that face out. So I used the middle color before, and now I'm going to use this darkest color. I'm going to start out contouring my nose. Then I go in and use my NARS e.l.f. brush to contour the cheekbones. And I'm going to blend that out. And I'm going to blend out the nose contour with my powder brush. And now I'm also going to blend out the cheekbone contour with my powder brush. And I'm going to take whatever is left on my NARS e.l.f. brush and just run that along the jawline. So for blush, I'm going to use the Satin Touch blush in Satin Love by Essence. Apply that right on the apples of the cheeks. And this blush is truly a satin blush. It has that little bit of like a sheen to it, but it's also very matte, so it's satin. And finally, I'm going to highlight with my Becca Opal highlighter and my MAC Lightscapade highlighter. So they look like this. Opal is a bit too dark for me, but it's so beautiful. So I mix it with Lightscapade to make it suit my skin tone a bit better. So I'm going to apply that on the tops of the cheekbones. And I go on the cupid's bow and on the tip of the nose. And down the nose. And on the chin. And I'm just going to blend that in with my bronzing brush. So now I'm just going to brush through my eyebrows. I'm going to use the Natural Collection Less Care Mascara. And this is just a clear mascara, and I use this to set my brows. I'm going to take Wet n Wild's Color Icon Kohl Eyeliner in the color Simmer Brown Now. So it's just a really dark brown. And I'm going to apply this to my lower waterlines. So I just applied the chocolate brown color along the lower lash line with my pencil brush. Now I'm taking the darker warm toned brown from the Master Palette by Mario, and I'm applying this in the outer corners with the same brush. And then I'm using the matte black by Wet n Wild to kind of connect the wing to the lower lash line. Oh, my voice just cracked. And then I'm using my two face highlighters, and I'm applying them right in the inner corner just to add a little bit of shimmer. And actually I have to blend out this inner corner a little bit better. And now I think this line is looking a bit too harsh, so I'm going to try and blend it out a little bit. This might go terribly wrong, but I'm going to try. So I'm going to touch up my liquid liner. So I definitely think that trying to blend out that line kind of fucked up the look. Whoops. So I definitely wish I would have left it alone, but there's nothing to do about that now. So I think I'm going to skip mascara on my top lashes just because I don't want to emphasize the fact that I'm missing so many lashes. So I'm going straight in with falsies, and these are from Dollar Tree. So these are the Sassy and Chic, and I have 2 pairs layered. I don't know what they're called, they don't have names or numbers. So I'm using my black lash glue by Kiss, the one with aloe vera. And I'm going to try and apply these now. So now I'm going to try and apply the falsie on my bare lash eye. So now I'm going back in with my eyeliner. And I'm going to take my Essence Get Big Lashes Volume Boost Mascara. And I'm going to apply some of that to my lashes, because I just think it looks kind of unfinished with my bare lashes underneath the falsies. And now I'm going to do the same over here. So I'm going to go in with my eyeliner, and then I go in with my mascara on the few lashes I do have left. And now of course I'm going to apply the same mascara on the bottom lashes, which I thankfully still got. And I'm going to touch up the eyeliner pencil. So now I'm taking my highlight colors and I'm just popping that right on the brow bone, right in there. Just because I want a little bit of shimmer up here. And I actually used this Brulee color by Wet n Wild to kind of clean up my the edges of my eyeshadow. So now we can move on to lips. I'm going to line my lips with the Color Icon lip liner by Wet n Wild in the color Chestnut. This is a really nice chocolatey warm brown. For lipstick, I'm going to take Mink Brown by Wet n Wild. Again, this matches the Chestnut lip liner really well. It's a nice chocolatey warm toned brown. And then to make sure I don't get all of this lipstick on my front teeth, I'm going to remove it with a Q-tip. Just remove the innermost part. So finally I'm going to use the Rimmel Insta Fix and Go setting spray. Okay, so here we have the finished chocolate brown fall makeup look. So as always, if you liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. So take care and bye bye!